They thought you walked away? No, you disappeared. You died to them. The person they mock, dismissed, ignored, gone, buried, a corpse left in the dirt. And what remains, what stands in their place, is something they will never touch again. They will talk about you, they will whisper your name, they will wonder where you went. But you are not here for their curiosity. You are not here to be found. You are the ghost of their regrets, the shadow of their failures, the proof of what they lost when they underestimated you. You see, they never respected you. They tolerated you. They kept you close because you were convenient, because you were predictable, because you were safe. And you let them. You stayed. You played small. You kept waiting for them to see your worth, to recognize what you brought to the table. But they never would. They never had to, because you were always there, but not anymore. The version of you they knew is dead. You didn't evolve. You burned. You didn't walk away. You erased yourself from their reach. You set fire to the bridges, shattered the foundation, and let the flames consume everything they thought they knew about you. Now they look for you in places you no longer exist. They chase a memory, a ghost, a mirage of the person they once controlled, and they will never find you. Because the old you needed validation. The old you craved approval. The old you was willing to wait, to compromise, to be patient. But the version of you that stands here today, this version has no mercy, no patience, no interest in being understood. You do not wait. You do not ask. You do not need them. They will regret every moment they spent doubting you. They will question every decision that made them believe you would always be there. But it's too late. That door is sealed. That chapter is burned. You are no longer a person to them. You are a lesson. And lessons don't come back to comfort the ones who ignored them. So let them chase. Let them wonder. Let them reach for something that no longer exists. Because you didn't leave. You died. And now, you are untouchable. They only see your value when it's gone. That's the truth they don't want to admit. They never respected you when they had access to you. They never appreciated you when you stood in front of them, offering loyalty, time, energy. They took you for granted because you were there. Because you made it easy. Because you gave them comfort. Because they thought you always would. And you let them. You sat there, hoping they would notice. You waited for recognition, for appreciation, for a moment where they would finally see you for what you are. But they never did. They never had to. They were too busy using you as a stepping stone, too comfortable knowing you would be there no matter how little they gave in return. But when you walked away, when you erased yourself from their world, that's when they started to feel it. The absence, the silence, the loss. That's when they realized you weren't just another face in the crowd. You were the foundation they stood on, the steady force they relied on, the presence they never thought they'd miss until it was gone. Now they scramble, now they rethink, now they regret. They speak your name like it's a secret, like it's something powerful, something they should have held on to, but it's too late because they didn't lose you. You made sure of that. You didn't give them the chance to miss you in pieces. You disappeared in full. No warnings, no second chances, no room for their half-hearted attempts to pull you back, and that eats them alive. Because people don't realize the weight of something until it's ripped from them. They don't understand what they had until it's unreachable. And that's exactly what you are now. Unreachable, unattainable. You have become the reminder of what happens when you push someone too far, when you take them for granted, when you assume they'll always be around. Let them regret. Let them drown in their own silence. Let them replay every moment they could have done better, every chance they could have chosen differently. But you don't turn back. You don't slow down. You don't give them the satisfaction of knowing you still care. Because you don't. You moved forward. You burned the past. and now they are left chasing a ghost. You were the problem. That's the truth you have to face. Wasn't just them, it was you. You let them take advantage. You tolerated the disrespect. You stayed where you weren't valued. You kept giving chances, making excuses, convincing yourself that if you just held on a little longer, things would change. But they never did. Because people don't change when you beg them to. They don't wake up one day and suddenly realize your worth. They either see it from the start, or they never will. And you wasted time. You lowered your standards. You accepted less than you deserved because you were too afraid to be alone, too afraid to walk away, too afraid to face the truth. You were weak. You let fear control you. Fear of being forgotten, fear of what they'd say, fear of starting over with nothing. And that fear kept you trapped. It made you small. It made you a prisoner in a world where they held the power and you handed it to them on a silver platter. But that version of you is dead now, gone, buried. Because one day something inside you snapped. You got tired of waiting, tired of feeling like an afterthought, tired of being the one who cared more, gave more, sacrificed more, only to be met with indifference. That was the breaking point. The moment you realized that the only way to win this game was to stop playing. So you walked away. No explanations, no warnings, no final words. You cut the cord and let them fall into the emptiness they created. And in that silence, in that absence, they felt it, the weight of what they lost. But this isn't about them anymore. This is about you. About the fire that was born in the ruins of who you used to be. The hunger that came from every moment you were overlooked. The unshakable force that replaced the weakness they once fed on. You are no longer waiting to be chosen. You are no longer asking for respect. You are no longer the person who tolerated less. That person is gone. And what's left is unstoppable. No more apologies, no more explanations, no more looking back. The past is dead and you burned the bridge with it. You don't owe them an exit speech. You don't owe them closure. You don't owe them a damn thing, because when they had you, they didn't value you. When they had access, they treated you like an option. They thought you'd always be there, always waiting, always forgiving. But those days are over. The door isn't just closed, it's gone. Torn from its hinges, burned to ashes, scattered to the wind. They think they can come back, that they can talk their way in, that they can use the same old tricks to pull you back into the cycle, but they don't understand. You don't live there anymore. You don't speak their language. You don't play by their rules. Because you changed. And not in some slow, gradual way, no. You destroyed the old you. You didn't evolve. You erupted. You didn't grow. You detonated. You obliterated every weakness, every hesitation, every attachment that once kept you tied to them. And now, they don't know how to reach you. That's the part that kills them the most. The realization that the power has shifted. That they no longer hold a single thread of control over you. That they are now the ones waiting, watching, wondering. But they will never hear from you again. Not in the way they want. Not in the way they expect. You are untouchable now. A storm that never looks back. A force that never hesitates. A fire that consumes everything in its path. There is no return. There is no second chance. The only thing left for them is regret. And you keep moving forward, with or without them. They can't stop thinking about you. They won't admit it, but you live in their mind like an echo they can't silence. Every quiet moment, every late night thought, every fleeting memory. It's you. Not because they love you, not because they miss you, but because they lost control over you. That's what haunts them. That's what eats them alive. Because they used to know exactly where to find you. They knew how to reach you, how to manipulate you, how to keep you just close enough to feel needed, but never close enough to feel valued. You were predictable, you were available, and that gave them power. But now they have nothing. They don't know where you are. They don't know what you're thinking. They don't know who you've become, and that uncertainty, that mystery, that's what drives them insane. Because the moment you walked away, they lost something they will never get back. Certainty. Now they chase ghosts. They search for signs of you, scroll through memories, wonder if you ever think about them the way they think about you. But they will never know. Because you are silent, you are distant. You are something they will never touch again, and that is your power. Not revenge, not anger, not proving a point. Just silence, just distance. Just complete, unshakable indifference. Because nothing breaks a person more than realizing they no longer exist in the world of someone they thought they controlled. You don't need to remind them of what they lost. They already know. You don't need to show them what they missed out on. They feel it every single day. And you don't even notice. Because your life is no longer about them. Your focus is forward. Your mind is sharp. Your energy is untouchable. You are no longer someone they can reach. You are no longer someone they can break. You are gone. And that is their punishment. There's no going back. No reunion, no reconciliation, no dramatic moment where they realize their mistake and you welcome them with open arms. That fantasy only exists in their mind. The truth, they had their chance, they wasted it, and now they live with the weight of that loss because you are not the same person anymore. The old you might have entertained their excuses. The old you might have considered giving them another shot. The old you might have fallen for the same tired words, the same empty promises, the same manipulative tactics that kept you trapped before. But that version of you is gone, dead, buried under the weight of every mistake, every betrayal, every moment of disrespect you endured. And from that grave, something new emerged, something ruthless, something unshakable, something they will never understand. They expect you to hesitate. They expect you to doubt yourself, to second-guess your worth, to wonder if you made the right choice. But you don't. You feel no regret, no remorse, no temptation to turn back. Because the further you move away from them, the clearer it becomes. You were never the problem. They were. They will never get another version of you, not a softer one, not a forgiving one, not a weaker one. You are done shrinking yourself to meet others comfortable. Done bending to meet their expectations. Done explaining yourself to people who never truly listened. Let them miss you. Let them question everything. Let them sit in the silence they created. But you don't stop. You don't slow down. You don't give them the satisfaction of knowing they still hold space in your mind. You are no longer waiting for closure. You are the closure. And that is why they will never recover from losing you. And now the final truth, the one they will never accept, the one that will haunt them for the rest of their lives. You never needed them. Not then, not now, not ever. They convinced themselves that you did, that without them you would be lost, that without their approval you would crumble, that without their validation you would always come back. But here you stand, stronger, sharper, untouchable. And they are stuck, trapped in the past, clinging to the memory of someone who no longer exists. This is what real power looks like. Not words, not threats, not proving anything to anyone. Just walking away and never looking back. Just leveling up so far beyond their reach that they become irrelevant to your existence. They will spend their days wondering what could have been. They will replay every moment, searching for the mistake that cost them everything. but it won't change a thing. Because the version of you they remember is a shadow ghost. A lesson they had to learn the hard way. And you don't hate them. You don't need revenge. You don't even care. Because people like that don't deserve a reaction. They don't deserve a second of your energy. The only thing they deserve is exactly what you gave them. Nothing. No words, no warnings, no way back. You are gone, and they will chase that ghost for the rest of their lives.